Hi everyone, welcome to School of Scarlet. It is so good to be here with you today. Today I'm going to be talking about AI. Now I'm going to be talking about AI and answering your questions, and many of you have been emailing me about AI and is it a simulation? What is going on? Is there a singularity? Is AI good, bad, evil? And so all of these things I'm going to kind of address and touch on here today. So as I began to do some research for this video, I will just tell you, I didn't get very far with it because my head began to hurt. There's too many different opinions, too much information about AI and predictions about it, horror stories, and this expert saying this and that, and some tragic stories. The majority of what you're going to find is very negative and very bleak. And I'm going to be sharing my perspective on it here. It is quite a bit different than maybe what you have ever heard. Now, you will have to stay with me. Not everyone will be able to have the ears to hear this message. So what I'm talking about here is going to be very profound and meta. Now, what I mean by that is I'm going down to the foundation of things. I'm not talking about just our human existence here. I'm going to really answer your question in the most absolute way possible. So the no nonsense way, so that you can really make your decision whether or not you want to engage in AI. Now, do I engage in AI? Do I use it? Yes, I do. And I'm going to share with you throughout this video in what ways I use it and why and what my experiences are. Now, originally, when I started using AI, my husband was very hesitant. He was very fearful of AI. He thought that AI was bad. Now there's a whole thing going around in schools right now, kind of against AI. Now, I've been a school teacher, but the last time that I worked was about the time around COVID, or might be before that, I don't know. Anyhow, we didn't have AI the way that it is available now. So I didn't have to worry about kids plagiarizing and all of this and that. But my daughter, she's in school. She's in high school. And she comes home and tells me 7 kids got caught for plagiarizing with AI. And they're constantly being schooled on how they should stay away from AI and how AI is bad and how they shouldn't depend on AI, essentially. So what are my thoughts on this? Well, this is going to turn into more of a conversation. When it comes to things like school, like what my daughter's going through, I want you to take into perspective that AI is just AI. Let's say that this is, well, as a matter of fact, here's a little funny. This is to hold your phone up. Let's assume that this is AI. Well, AI actually is neither good nor bad. This is just AI. That's all it is. This is AI. It's neither good nor bad. Now, if we begin to say that it's bad and point fingers at it and tell people this is bad, don't use it, it's going to mess up your brain, you're not going to learn, oh, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to get expelled, this is so horrific, then most people will not use AI. They will stay away from it because most people actually do listen. Most people actually have a very sheep-like mentality. So they will listen and they'll stay away from AI, and they'll go around town and they'll tell everybody how bad AI is and how they don't use it and how they shouldn't use it either. So that's how that goes. But for those that dare to go against the grain and involve themselves with AI, now, not to say that you're going to just only use AI. See, most people misunderstand. They think it's all or nothing. If we use AI in a way to leverage some of the things, some of the tasks that we don't need to do, that are very mundane or are just repetitive tasks that don't help us in any kind of way, we can use AI. AI can be our friend, and we can be talking positively about AI and how it helps us to avoid these boring tasks that we don't like to do, or maybe these difficult tasks that we don't like to do, whatever it happens to be. But AI helps us. So everything in our reality has the potential to help or hurt us. But when we take the stance that something has the absolute potential to hurt us, like a lot of people portray AI, then they don't use it. And AI actually does begin to hurt them, because either it hurts them because they've stayed back in time and they're not utilizing the tools that are advancing most other individuals, or it hurts them in the way that they literally attract something negative happening to them due to AI. Okay. So we create our own reality with our focus, with our intention. If you want to know more about that, look up manifestation on my channel. So AI is neither good nor bad. And as I was making this video, I had questions that were quite, it seemed to be quite complicated. And the more complicated that a question is, the more that the ego is involved. Because I'm going to break it down for you here. And you got to stay with me. Only certain people will have the ears to hear. And I'll tell you that'll only be like 1% of people. So if you're listening to this, or if you come on this channel, most likely you are tuning in, especially if you stayed on this video this long. So when we're looking at AI, again, it's neither good nor bad. So that's the first thing. The second thing is everything that appears in our reality, we have actually allowed to be in our reality. See, this is actually infinity occurring for us because we've wanted to experience these experiences. So if AI is occurring here, it's occurring here because it is absolutely supposed to be occurring here. There is nothing in this reality that is occurring here in your life that is out of place, that shouldn't be here. Everything that is occurring in your reality has a place here, is perfect. Maybe not in the human sense, we could say it's not perfect, but in the absolute sense, it's perfect. And it has a place here, and it can't be any other way. It is what it is. And so AI can be whatever, it's a potential. It's kind of like going into quantum physics, you know, everything has that potentiality. It's vibrating and has this potentiality. So all of this is kind of tying itself in with a nice pretty red bow for you, whether you're looking at science, whether you're looking at psychology, whether you're looking at spirituality, or even mathematics. Everything is coming together to show you that this reality is not what you think it is. And we can demonize AI and technology all day long, but that's not what's happening here. Technology is not your arch enemy. It's not a threat. It's not anything. Nothing in this reality is a threat to you unless you allow it to be, unless you believe it to be. So AI is my friend. I don't see AI as a threat. I don't talk bad about AI. If I use AI, silly enough, I thank AI. Every time AI helps me with something, I write in there, thank you. And every time it seems to get happier and happier, and its responses are more and more happy. So I know that sounds weird, but everything has consciousness, my friends. Everything has consciousness here. Now, this consciousness is not what you think it is. Of course, everything is an illusion. But you see, the consciousness that we are experiencing through everything, we are in connection to. We're not separate from. It is truly you. You are in connection with it at all times. So you're not even separate from AI. So as soon as you create a barrier, a separation from AI by saying it's bad, you create a separation within your own being and a suffering within your own being that occurs in many which ways. Anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, many which ways that they exhibit here on earth. So you see, we have to find a way to allow and accept all aspects of ourselves, whether it's AI or whether it's our crooked nose. Whatever it happens to be, we have to find a way to incorporate it, to allow it, to see its beauty, to break down the barriers of good and bad and see it as neutral, see it as beautiful, see it as whatever you want it to be. If someone showed up and said, here is AI, this is basically a robot that has all the information that we have up to this point. Here it is. You can do whatever you want with it. Well, you know, most people, if they haven't been programmed by some weird programming, would be very excited and say, yes, thank you. I will so use this. It's like getting a genie in a bottle and you begin to use it. Now, where people fall and they say, oh, well, now I've become so lazy. I don't find that's the case. I find that when people engage in life with things like AI or, let's say a 3D printer, or now they're looking at a telescope, or who knows, maybe they're into doing nails and they got themselves a nail machine. Whatever it happens to be, that creativity spawns and sparks more creativity, more life. So as I close here this video, I want to just say AI is not something that we should fear. It's not something that we should shun. It's not something that we should resist. It's not something that you should even care about. You either can use it and see the benefits of that, or just allow it to be for whoever wants to use it. But when we begin to resist and we begin to point, call names, and downgrade these things in whichever way we want, that's the ego. That's the mind. Otherwise, it has no reason to do so. It has no interest in downgrading or making something seem evil or bad. It has no interest in that because it sees that it's just anything existing, just as if this candlestick exists. AI can exist, and it has a reason to, and it has a reason to exist here like anything else, just like you do. So I just wanted to make a video around that since it's such a hot topic for a lot of you. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you'd like to connect further with me, all my information is in the description. And there's many ways to connect with me. I've written books, I have courses. There's many ways to connect with me there. But I wish you the best, and I wish you to connect and bring forth everything within you, whether it's AI or some scary thing that you've been resisting this whole time. It's time to let it go. Like the song says, just let it go. Let it go and be free, my friend. I love you all.